to Dover International Speedway in Dover, Delaware. Qualifying underway for the Spittin Venom Podcast ARCA series. Hayden Lowell, fastest in practice, already out on track. So we'll ride along with him, see what he can put down. Starts his first timed lap. The 1 mile concrete track at Dover. Miles the monster. Hayden works his way down the backstretch. Running up high in 3 and 4, so looks like he's going to go for a lap 2. So he gets that high run in 3 down to the late apex of 4, drives it off the corner. See if we can take a ride along with the 67 here. Go down the backstretch, riding on board. 67 of Hayden Lowell. He's going to diamond the corner a bit, down low on entry, floats up in the middle, down low on exit. Gets it pointed down the straightaway, see what he's able to put down on lap number 2. He'll only be 4th quick, fastest in practice, but only 4th quick here in qualifying. 97, Lucas Hoysma. Labor 12 Pontiac's gone to the top of the charts. Now Patsy Catalano in the 4. Throws down a heater of a lap. Catalano top of the board in the number 4 M9 SimSport Chevrolet. See, we still got out on track. Trenton Sneed in the 81. Working to put him down a lap. He'll go, was 7th, now 8th as Dan Robinson Jr. takes 7th away from him. Michael Sparks put in the 12th quickest lap. Tyler Lanen out on his 2nd timed lap. Edwards' first lap put him 11th. Lanen's 2nd lap is much quicker. Moves him up to 6th. Right along with Mike Edwards on the 14. Travis, what happened to you, my man? Down in 13th. Mike Edwards qualifies 12th. Blake Giglio heading out late along with EJ Johnson and Trevor Catalano. See where Blake's first lap falls. Seventh quick puts him ahead of Hayden. That's what he'll care about. See if you can get lap 2 any quicker here. Oh, pounds the outside wall, so that's going to be a no. Smacks the inside wall too for good measure. Really going for it there on that 2nd lap. Only goes 7th quick as a result. So EJ Johnson in his 91 Toyota. I think he's already completed his qualifying effort. He hasn't come to the line for his final lap, but since he's coming off pit road, it's going to be way too slow to be anything of use. Maybe get some extra practice for Johnson in that 91 Honeybee Racing Toyota. Because he was on pit road when he started that lap, it doesn't actually count as a qualifying lap, even though it removes his effort. So he won't get a lap time in officially. So we'll go find Trevor Catalano sitting on the end of pit lane. Check out Tyler Lanen out there, still making some practice laps. Looks like the 54 might be rolling now. Would not have a time to get their lap time in, so not real sure what the 54 is up to. They will not have time to get their timed lap in. Takes 23 seconds for the fastest people to make it around here. We only have 5 seconds left, so nothing new one for the 54 team. 5 cars will not officially get a time in. JR Deal, Dave Hoytsma, Trevor Catalano, Daniel Llewellyn, and EJ Johnson. They'll start at the back of the pack. Let the field get out onto the starting grid here at Dover. And then we will run through our Labor 12 starting lineup. Hayden was quick to get on track. Too bad he is not the pole sitter this time. When he is so slow to get on track. There's Patsy, Our pulse hitter for tonight.
All right, guys. Welcome to Dover. I apologize for the track selection, but I'm getting smaller and smaller tracks. 120 laps tonight, rolling stage at the end of lap 60. No caution. Y'all got 3 sets of tires sitting in the pits. Good luck. Start on green, restarts on leader. Leader gets lane choice on all the restarts. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Good luck, guys. I love everybody's faces.
Hayden Lowell there with the pre-race chat from the admin of the series. And now we get to our Labor 12 starting lineup presented by our friends in Labor 12, the awesome rock band out of Lubbock, Texas, providing us with this free music to use for our starting lineup. So on pole, earning their first career pole, Patsy Catalano in the number 4 M9 Sim Sport Chevrolet. We'll start alongside Lucas Hoytsma, many time champion in SRL. He'll start second his Labor 12 Pontiac. I'm trying to stall to let Joseph Madigan have time to get on track, but apparently he's just not interested. Travis Skermetta will start third in the Labor 12 M9 Pontiac. Joe Madigan will start fourth in whatever he is driving. Ian Montrose starts fifth in the Cave RP Chevrolet. Tyler Lanin in the 64 Chevy starts in sixth. Blake Giglio starts seventh in his free Neo M9 Performance Chevrolet. Jeff Price, the Back Channel Productions Pontiac, starts in eighth. Dan Robinson Jr., his best qualifying effort of the season, he'll start ninth in that Rusco Media, it says Volkswagen, but it is a Chevrolet. Trenton Sneed, Triumph Technologies Corvette, starts in the 10th spot. Hayden Lowell, the Napa Ford Fusion, starts in 11th. We have Jeremy Scherer starting 12th in the High Point Mustang. Mike Edwards, Fort Worth Screen Printing Chevy, starts in 13th. Travis Martin, the Taco Bell Chevy, 14th. Michael Sparks, the Sharpie Chevy, starts in 15th. Jake Lawrence, the Pepsi Chevy, starts in 16th. Zach Margison, Eason's Group Nissan, starts 17th. CJ Orndorff already has heavy nose damage on his Realtree Outfitter Chevy. Adam Crozier, the Sneed Tombstone Game Farm Pontiac, starts in 19th. Trevor Catalano's 54 Chevy starts in 20th. Dave Hoytsma, Labor 12 Pontiac 21st. Daniel Wallen, Labor 12 Pontiac 22nd. Dare Deal, Cave City Roleplay Mustang in 23rd. And EJ Johnson, Honeybee Racing Toyota in 24th. 24 cars starting this one. Apparently they give us 2 laps of Dover, and I did all that quick talking for nothing. But we can get a little more Labor 12 in here and enjoy it for an extra couple seconds. Why not? Why is Hayden starting behind you? Because Hayden fucked up his qualifying. That's the simplest answer to that. Appreciate Labor 12 providing that tunes for us. Field rolls into turns 1 and 2. Let's see if Catalano is hanging out in voice chat anywhere. They are. Patsy Catalano, DG in the booth. You got a copy? Patsy, DG, you got a copy?
Happening?
Real quick, I know we're going green, but I just want to say congrats on your first pole there, and good luck to you in the race.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Didn't have a whole lot of time there, but figured we'd jump in and have a quick little word anyway. With the 4 car earning their first pole. All right, 120 laps. Wait for the green flag to be displayed before we can go. And there it is. Green flag in the air at Dover. We are underway. The Spittin Venom ARCA podcast. I don't know why I said ARCA podcast. Podcast ARCA series. There we go. I swear I can do this. Well, Lucas Whiteside gets out to a great jump. He is taken off. Goes Lucas into 3 and 4. He's going to lead this first lap easily. Travis Martin. No, that's not Martin. There's 2 Taco Bell cars. That's Madigan in this one. Madigan finally did get out on track. He'll start inching his way towards the front. He is second. Our pole sitter settles in third. Travis Skermetta now in 4th. Tyler Lane in your top 5. We've made it a full lap without a yellow. Hot damn. Ooh, Giglio got wicked loose there off the corner. 16 car was wiggling. These cars, my understanding is they start off a little bit loose and then they get tighter than, well, use your imagination. Jeff Price, 8th. Hayden Lowell is 9th after his unusually slow qualifying effort. Trenton Steed smacks the wall coming out of turn number 4. That's going to slow that Corvette down. These walls tend to grab these cars and hang on to them for a while. Slows them down quite a bit. Mike Edwards 11th, Dan Robinson 12th. Travis Martin 13th in the other Taco Bell car. Jake Lawrence got that Pepsi scheme in 14th. I may have called him Quinn Newton earlier because I just saw the Pepsi and assumed. Jake Lawrence in 14th. Travis Sparks 15th. Jeremy Scherer 16th. Zach Martinson 17th. Trevor Catalano is 18th. Adam Crozier 19th. Dave Hoisman in 20th. J.R. Deal 21st. Daniel Lawal 22nd. E.J. Johnson 23rd. And C.J. Warndorf is out of the races. We have a crash. Looks like the 45 of Crozier towards the front of that one. His car is piled in at the end. Looks like Dave Hoisman gets into the back of Adam Crozier. Crozier gets the slide going up the wall, tags the fence, and Dave Hoisman not able to adjust in time. Gets into the back of Adam Crozier. The cars behind him go sliding through. And JR Deal makes it through there. Let's take a ride with JR through that. See, Crozier gets up the track into the wall. Dave Hoisman gets into the back of him. They go around. JR Deal makes it safely to the inside lane and gets by them both. We find ourselves under caution. But Lucas leads. Let's see who comes down the pit lane. Jeremy Scherer in the 15 car will be one of those. Obviously the car is in the wreck. Dave Hoisman, E.J. Johnson, Adam Crozier. Looks like C.J. Orndorff left the race in lap 2. Was quickly done with the race for Dover in the 8 car there. So 19 cars staying out here. Jeremy Scherer looks like he came down to maybe top off the tank. Towards the back anyway. He heads back out. Dave taking damage repair. E.J. Johnson the same, picking up some damage repair. Adam Crozier already at a minute and a half on pit lane, showing 2 laps down, 23rd. See if we can have a chat with race leader Lucas Hoitzma. Maybe you can get some information from him. Just gotta adjust the Discord setting here for a quick moment. There we go. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you found yourself quickly to the lead there after a little bit of a slow start for your teammate there. But we find ourselves leading here at Dover. 120 laps. How far can you guys make it on a tank? Roundabout. Don't give it away dead on, but roundabout.
So we can make about 44.2 laps on a tank.
Approximately.
Yeah, that's approximate. So, I'm just going to split this into 2 stops here. Everything goes according to plan. But, you never know how these things go. We got 3 sets of tires, so that opens the door for using one when you shouldn't. So, see what happens.
10-4. Good luck to you. Appreciate the info.
Thanks, bud.
So Hoisma leads in that 97 Labor 12 Pontiac. Let's see if Joe Madigan's hanging out. Nope. No Joseph Madigan to chat with. Some front end damage on that 77. Let's see if Travis Scrimmetta wants to have a chat. Travis, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Getting ready to go green?
Yeah.
Alright, good luck!
Okay, bye.
I was going to ask about that image, but I thought we had one more lap. Didn't see the pace car's lights out. I figured by the yup. Probably get ready to go green. And Joe Madigan's second. Lucas Hoisma takes off. Hoisma always good on these type of tracks. Scrimmetta and Lane battle now for third. I wonder if that damage on the nose of Scrimmetta may affect him a little bit here. back in the pack in traffic may not be so bad, but since he was up towards the front, get a lot more air on that nose of that car. Could slow him down some. Oh, Hayden making a big move 3 wide to the bottom on Ian Montrose and the pole sitter Patsy Catalano. Really pushed that Napa Ford in there. Now Giglio there 3 wide. Catalano and Montrose make contact. Somehow don't go around. Giglio clears them both. Montrose and Catalano stay side by side. Trenton Sneed's going, what in the world was going on in front of me? And Montrose clears the 4 car. Trenton Sneed gets through as well for 8th. Catalano fights back on the outside, gets a strong run. Montrose goes to the top. Trying to work on Giglio. That opens the door for Catalano. Now they're going to be in reverse order. Montrose now to the top. Hayden Lowell's trying to take away position from Scrimmetta. That's the 4th spot. Giglio now closing in. Scrimmetta, that nose damage could be hurting that 77. We didn't see where he picked it up. That's what we were going to ask him. What happened there? See the front of that black and red 77 Pontiac all pushed in. Oysa has a lead of a half second over Joseph Madigan. Madigan has almost a full second over Tyler Lanin. Lanin has Hayden Lowell closing in for 3rd. Scrimmetta under attack from Blake Giglio going for 5th. Blake gets by clean. Montrose probably not want to waste any time either. Quite a few cars packed in there as Hayden Lowell's about to make the move for 3rd. Goes by Tyler Lanin. Montrose, meanwhile, underneath Scrimmetta. That is for the 6th spot. He'll get clear. Now Trenton try to take away 7th. Patsy Catalano right there in the 4 pole sitter. As Mike Edwards running 10th. Travis Martin, the other Taco Bell machine. Edwards looking to the outside of Catalano. So 54 comes to pit road. Trevor Catalano. Zach Margerson also on pit road. Travis Martin the long way around Catalano. Jeff Price in the 19 going to look to the inside. Travis Scrimmetta up the track. Mike Edwards going to try to take away 8th. Gets that pass done. Jeff Price smacks the wall coming out of turn 4. 19 back channel Productions Pontiac. Didn't scrub too much speed. He's still closing in on 77 of Scrimmetta. Dan Robinson Jr. 13th. Ian Montrose, Trenton Sneed. Trenton trying to take away 6th. He's going to get that done moving into 1. 54 of Trevor Catalano comes off pit road. 15-second stop for him. Could have taken a quick repair. Oh, that is the 4 of Patsy Catalano, the pole sitter, going around on the backstretch. Trying to find what happened to the 4 car here. Jeff Price right behind. Comes up in front of Price. Price didn't have enough time to react to that, and around goes the 4. He said he's going to try to break it up. 2 pit stops, so about 40 and 80-ish. He stays out. Trenton's coming down from the 6th spot. Trenton and Ian Montrose on pit lane. Looks like we're going to have
Lucky dog going high.
8 cars stay out. Margison picks up the lucky
Zach,
dog.
I'm not sure what happened to you, and I'm sorry there wasn't a caution, but I'm just doing iRacing yellows. I know I threw a caution manually last week, but I probably shouldn't have. So it's just iRacing cautions. I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm not worried about it. Like, I jumped anyway.
Lucky dog coming on around. Let's see who's been to pit lane. Trenton Sneed topped off the tank in 10th. Jeff Price, same story, 11th. Skrmeta in 12th, same story. JR Deal topped off the tank. Ian Montrose, 13.8 seconds. Not sure. It's not normally enough for a 4-tire stop, so I'm thinking that may have been a little bit of optional repair, maybe? Question mark? Dave Hoytsma took fuel. 10 seconds on pit lane for the 91 EJ Johnson. 15 for Michael Sparks, so he could have taken tires in that. Daniel Wallen, 31 seconds. I think he was getting some damage fixed up. Same story for the 4 who just went around and bring out this caution.
Yeah, right.
Jake Lawrence
Sorry, Mike.
extended stop as well.
I didn't even realize you hit me. I saw a car contact, but that was on my phone.
That's why you don't text and drive. Margison the lucky dog. Be back on the lead lap. Maybe. Still shows him left now. I'd rather not. It's not my style, Mr. Edwards. Let's go on board, Lucas, and look back at the field just for fun. There you go. Looking back on the field at turn 4. See Joe Madigan, the Taco Bell car, in 2nd. Hayden Lowell in 3rd. Tyler Lanen in 4th. Blake Giglio, Teal and Black Machine 5th. Two Taco Bell cars running fairly close together. One in 7th, one in 2nd. Trying to give everybody the munchies. Field filing up 2 by 2 as we get set for the restart.
That's stupid. Sorry. Oh, you smoke too, huh?
You're good. I was just seeing how long it took you to realize that you're on the inside.
I was reading my tires off the Trent, and I'm like, oh wait, we're going to green. Dumbass.
So less than 100 to go. That's the good news. Baseman jumps on that gas pedal quickly. We are back underway. Gets a big gap over Hayden. Hayden gets a big gap too over Joe Madigan. Blake Giglio is going to jump in that 3rd spot. Madigan's going to fall to 4th. Got caught napping on that start. Tyler Lanen there in 5th. Mike Edwards 6th. Travis Martin 7th. Robinson Jr. 8th. Scherer 9th. Price 10th. Price the first of the cars that came down pit lane to stop, but nobody took tires yet. They get 3 sets of tires, plus the one they started the race on. Definitely have to stop at least twice for fuel. Trent Sneed picks up a spot on JR Deal. Now Ian Montrose trying to make it move. Montrose gets clear. Takes over 12th. I think Jeff Price putting pressure on Jeremy Scherer. Moves his 19 car up to the 9th spot. Travis Martin just got by Mike Edwards. Travis up to 6th. Now it's Tyler Lehman to focus on. Dan Robinson Jr. looking on Mike Edwards. Now Travis Martin looking on Tyler Lehman. Martin not quite clear as Lehman fights by. Dan Robinson Jr. inside Mike Edwards. Jeff Price looking inside. Trenton Sneed has Ian Montrose to his inside. Lots of passing going on. Dan Robinson may have made a little bit of door contact there. So Travis Martin up to 5th. Lehman now 6th. Dan Robinson Jr. 7th. Mike Edwards, Ian Montrose, and Jeff Price. Price
Sorry,
got tight off the corner. He had to lift out of shape.
my whole tire fellas are struggling. I'm sorry.
Ian Montrose gets by teammate Mike Edwards. Ian may have taken tires in the one car. Just might have. I said 13.8 on his stop. That's a little bit fast for tires, but look at the way he's coming up through the field. Very well could have. It's inside of Dan Robinson Jr. Inside Tyler Lehman. I'm going to go ahead and say Montrose probably took tires here. So we heard about 40 laps on fuel. The top 9 cars, aside from Montrose, have not been to pit road the whole race. So they will be looking at a fuel window coming relatively soon, 9 laps away. If you pit at Dover, you go at least 1, if not 2, laps down under green, even if you're the leader. Like Lucas Whiteside and Blake Giglio and Hayden Lowell, the top 3 here. Joe Madigan, Travis Martin, your top 5. And here come those fresh tires on Ian Montrose as he has left that group he was racing with, already almost a full second on him. Half a second back from Travis Martin and closing in a hurry. Right on board the KRP Chevy. Down into turn number 3. You see the 2 Taco Bell cars running nose to tail now. Madigan 4th, Martin in 5th. There are the 5 cars Ian Montrose is chasing on these fresher tires. Gonna look to the inside. Travis Martin here. Montrose picks up that spot into the top 5. Now he's in a Taco Bell sandwich. He closes in on 2 teammates there, Joe Madigan and Hayden Lowell. It's the inside of Madigan. Madigan not fighting it too hard. I guess the inside of Hayden. Hayden's trying to pinch him down for whatever reason. Maybe he didn't realize Montrose was going to catch him that fast. Montrose gets on through. Now Madigan's going to put up a fight on his teammate. Thinks better of it. Montrose to 3rd on those tires. Less than a second away from the leader now. He tries to close down on Blake Giglio, running in 2nd. Green for 14 laps here. Waiting to see who's going to link first on having to make a green flag stop. Obviously the caution laps give him a few more laps, so maybe till lap 50. Giglio giving him the inside. Knows he's on fresher tires. Montrose feeling like Superman right now on those fresh tires. Not often you get to pass Blake Giglio and Lucas Hoytsma on track. There goes Montrose, reeling in the leader. try to exit low and get to the inside for turn 3. Hoistman sees him. Montrose to the lead. Cave RP Camaro takes the point. And lap 39 picks up the lap lead there.
I'm sorry, Trent. I know that was a little bit of a sin. Not that.
So now Hoistman second, Giglio third.
Rocky little son of a...
Madigan's gotten by Hayden Lowell for 4th. Travis Martin there in the 6th spot. Tyler Lane in 7th. He's coming to pit lane. He's decided 40 laps is 40 laps, and here he comes. Tyler Lane peels the 64 down off the racetrack. He's coming to get him some of those 4 fresh tires.
Come up, I'm not sure.
A bit dangerous at Dover. I was always a fan of running it as long as you can because you never know when that caution's going to come out. And if you're 2 laps down, you are screwed. Montrose leading. Hoytson, Giglio. You have Madigan. Looks like he may have just brushed the wall. Hayden Lowell peeking to the inside. Looking like an F1 race with those matching cars out there.
Travis on pitting, Travis on pitting, Travis on pitting.
Hayden coming to the inside and coming to pit lane. Decided he doesn't want to wait. Looks like Blake Giglio's peeled off as well on the 16. Here's Blake Giglio. And Hayden Lowell on pit lane. 2 of the top 5 cars.
Jesus Christ, get off the track.
Jeff Price complaining about somebody as usual.
Bruh.
Yellow is out.
Alright, the 4 has got... Something's got to be done.
The pole sitter 4. He's some rear damage to the 4.
Honestly, Travis, I'm glad I didn't clear you because I was going to try to pit there.
I don't
Yeah,
see
me
what the
too.
4 did. If anyone wants to give us a number on what actually brought that out? 4's got all kinds of damage, left, front, right, rear. But I don't know why everyone's angry at him. We'll go live and watch the pit stops while we try to figure out from the race chatter what happened there. Trevor Catalano is also retired from the race. Leaders hit pit lane. Montrose leading Hoytsma, Giglio. We'll see if Montrose burns another set of tires here. I doubt it. Would be a little crazy. Yeah, down and away from Montrose, so no tires for him. And he is going to be a sit and duck, as everyone else will have tires. 79 spun is the word. See if we can take a look, see what happened to Dave. 79 on the backstretch. It's right behind JR Deal. JR got out of shape in this Cave City machine, and then Dave Hoytsma trying to react to it. It's the second time something's happened right in front of Dave, and he didn't have time to react. See the 9 get out of shape as he hit the apron there. Dave Hoytsma trying to stay off of him, goes around in that Labor 12 Pontiac. And that is what brought out our caution. So pit stop update. The 1 car, as we said, did not take tires here because he's already taken a set. He will be the leader, but he will be a sitting duck. Lucas Hoytsma on fresh tires, as is Joe Madigan, Travis Martin, Travis Scrimetta, Jeff Price, Trenton Sneed, Mike Edwards, JR Deal, Daniel Llewellyn, all those cars on fresh tires. Jeremy Scher. Seems like everyone but Montrose was on this strategy. Dave Hoytsma also taking a set. Michael Sparks on the pit lane. That caution came out at a decent time for the guys that had just gone to pit road because they didn't have time to go 2 laps down. If it had gone 1 lap longer, they would have been toast. 91 car, quite a lot of left side damage to that Honeybee Racing Toyota. He's still on the lead lap 15th. Jake Lawrence on pit lane on the lead lap. Catalano pole sitter, 4 car, quite a lot of damage. Left rear, right rear, left front. That car has been abused. Blake Giglio is 18th, still on the lead lap. He'll probably come down and top off the tank, would be my guess. Or maybe he saw the yellow come out and didn't stop in his box, dropped all the way to the back of the field, but still in the lead lap. Could be entertaining to watch one of the fastest cars come up through the field. Same story for Hayden Lowell. He's going to be restarting back in 19th. Lights are out. Actually, yeah, he gets the waiver out here. Fortunate to have made his pit stop and get the waiver
Zach,
out.
just go ahead. I'll clear any black flag.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully the 4 can catch us before we gotta go green.
Oh,
Car
yeah,
needing
that'll
to
be
catch
fine.
up. Field's just now out of turn 2, so
You're
you
the
should be
last
fine.
one. Complete the mission.
Hello, customized. How are you? Field in 3 and 4. Check the back of the field. Make sure everybody got caught up.
4, come on.
Looks like they're just getting all settled back there. Field working out of turn number 4. See when Montrose decides to go as the pace car is off. He's going to hold him pretty long here. Pretty much the last minute. Montrose, see where he goes. He's going to be in the way of one of these 2 cars. He'll come up the track in front of Hoytsma. So there's your answer. We'll be Hoytsma's way. Madigan gets to the inside. And here come the fresh tires to leave the 1 car in the dust. Madigan takes the point, leads that lap. Hoytsma wants that lead. Back in the 97, led a lot early this race. Can't just say how great Dover is. Always puts on a good show. And the caution's out, as we say that. E.J. Johnson's around.
Jeff, sorry about that restart.
Oh, the 4 car comes down the track right into the 91 and absolutely clobbers him.
You're good. Everybody behind us did too, so you're good.
The pole sitter just
Checking out back there.
destroyed the 91. Should come off the corner. And Catalano looks like got loose, started coming down the hill, and the 91 was there when he tried to save it. E.J. Johnson paid the price for the 4 car's mistake. Right along with E.J. in the 91. See him diamond the corner there. The 4 car, the back end will start stepping out right there and starts coming down the hill right into the 91 car. And E.J. Johnson's race was toast. Sounded like the engine popped, so he's going to be taking a tow as he just now goes 2 laps down as the field works their way by. Let's see if the 76 is hanging out in voice chat now. Blake Giglio gets the lucky dog. Do not have the 76 in voice chat. Cannot talk to him. I've already talked to Lucas. Scoretta's taking his faster fare, looks like. Let's talk with Travis. Travis, DG, got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, this time we're not 1 to green, so I have a little bit of time to ask you a question.
Yeah, hello.
So the first time I was coming to ask you, what happened? Where'd you get that nose damage from?
So Pat's the rookie that he is. He was fiddling with his feel under caution and not paying attention. And you know, when you bump in the ARCA cars, it's no bueno.
I'm just going to assume that's not code for something really naughty.
No,
It sounded bad.
not this time.
It sounded quite bad.
I mean, I am where what I feel like I'm supposed to be, so I'm not like upset about it right now. So I'm pretty good.
Perfect. Well, you're up there in the 3rd spot, and yeah, I figure we give you a little chat, see what's going on. Is car feeling good? You think you have a chance to get there and contend for the win?
I don't know because I haven't been racing up here too much yet. I don't know what Lucas has got, and I know Travis is usually pretty good here, so I'm just gonna ride it out and see what I got at the end of the race.
How do you feel about seeing 2 Taco Bell cars? Is it messing with you?
Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes I think it's Trav and it's not. Sometimes I think it's Joseph and it's not. So it's a bit of a
Well, you know what got
mind
me
thing
during
there.
the lineup? No, what got me was Jake Lawrence being in a Pepsi car. I swore it was Quinn.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, totally said it was Quinn Newton. Then I looked at the lineup
Yeah.
and was like, "There's a Jake Lawrence in this race. What is he driving?"
Yeah, Quinn's got the rights on the Pepsi and SRL. Nobody else is allowed to run it.
Right. We have to have like a Highlander event or something. There can only be one.
Yeah,
Whoever finishes
only
highest.
one Pepsi driver.
Whoever finishes the
You know what we do
highest.
need?
What's the-
We need a race like maybe the next 2 races or whatever. Who finishes highest? It's the one that gets to reign the Taco Bell car. 'Cause this is
Exactly.
getting ridiculous.
That's my thing. Like, just have a Highlander type situation, and whoever runs the fastest earns the right to run the Taco Bell car. Same with the Pepsi
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
I mean, Trav just needs to be in his Mr. Ghostman stuff. It's hard to see him in anything else. So I mean,
That is true. That is weird. That is very weird to see him not in the Mr. Ghostman stuffs.
Oh.
All right. Well,
we are
now
going
we're-
1 to green here. So
Right,
I mean,
right,
hopefully,
right.
hopefully, no shenanigans happens up here.
Yeah, and don't cave in the front of that Pontiac. It's beautiful.
I'll try not to.
All right. Enjoy the race.
I didn't
Good
plan
luck.
on it the first time, but yeah, see ya.
Plans get ruined all the time.
Oh yeah, always.
Travis Skermetta giving us a chat in third there while we're under caution. Having a little fun. Found out where that nose damage came from. Field works their way down the backstretch here at Dover. Half a mile away from getting restarted. And drink some Hawaiian Punch because it can. It's delicious. It's also sugar-free and just like, I don't know, fake Hawaiian Punch. Who knows? Who knows what I'm drinking? Joe Madigan, Lucas Hoytsway, your front row, coming off turn number 4. Another group that wants to wait. Now Madigan gets on that gas pedal. Hoytsma, Skrmetta, Martin, and Jeff Price inside of Martin. The 1-car Ian Montrose trying to follow through. He can keep Martin up off the bottom. Price, after quite a few incidents where he got really high, stayed way low that time. We saw the 67 Hayden Lowell make a big turn left off that last corner, trying to stay off of traffic coming out of turn 2. Picked up a couple spots really quickly, did Hayden. Just checking on Blake as he got the lucky dog. He's mired back in 17th. Tyler Lanen ahead of him, 1 lap down. The only car 1 lap down. So Lanen doesn't have to fight too hard for that lucky dog, but he does need to stay ahead of anyone that might get lapped if we go green for a while. Hoytsma reeling in. Joe Madigan wants to go back to the front. On our leader. Oh no. I want to go in second. There we go. There's Lucas running behind Joe Madigan. See the back end of that taco bar sliding out a little bit. Hoytsma may have just brushed the wall a tiny bit, but not too bad. Hoytsma about a half lane down through the center of the corner. You'd think that Madigan would kind of diamond it a little bit, or maybe high entry, low exit, but he is entering low. How to burn up your tires. Back down into turn 1. These laps happen in a hurry at Dover. Very fast track. Hoytsma keeping it right on the bottom all the way around. That time Madigan on a little bit of higher entry. Hoytsma sliding that right rear tire there. They stay locked in 1-2. They have put 0.6 over Travis Skrmetta and Travis Martin. Jeff Price, Mike Edwards, Trenton Sneed. Those two battle for 6th. Hayden's now 8th. Dave Hoytsma in 9th. J.R. Deal into the top 10. Montrose has fallen to 12th on those older tires. I'm sure he's about in the window to take another set. I think he's trying to use all three of them equally, so he would be about 30, 60, 90 on that strategy. Madigan and Hoytsma still in very close proximity. Hoytsma not yet putting on a move, though. Back further back, we got Margerson going hard into the wall. 55 car is around. Someone comes by, it'll probably trigger a caution. Not yet. Interesting. Thought with him backing up the track would definitely do that. Jake Lawrence is on pit road in the 68 car. He must have had an issue. Margerson now has no back end and probably no happiness.
Crazy.
Watch the 55 try to get back to pit road, I would guess. Nope, he's staying on track. He is the current lucky dog, one lap down. Oh, they're going to get close behind. Tyler Lane and Dan Robinson nearly make contact there. Now they're going to get hummed up behind the 55. Both of them able to stay off of him. Here comes Giglio to try to make a run and take advantage of the cars getting slowed down. Margerson takes it way down to the bottom. He may be coming to the pits now. As he's lost the lucky dog, he stays out again. Thought he was coming to the pit lane. Maybe just getting out of the way. Trying to make some laps. Here comes Ian Montrose by. Trying to see what happened to Jake Lawrence. Just saw him in pit lane. I don't know what happened to Lawrence. Very strange. These two still within 2/10. We have Trenton Sneed and Mike Edwards. Sneed's finally gotten by Mikey. Five still out there making laps. It's Adam Crozier I saw on the bottom of the track. He's got a heavy left front and right rear damage to that 45 Pontiac. Crozier will hit pit road. Blake Giglio. Check in on him. He's now up to 12th after getting the lucky dog. Working on Dan Robinson Jr. Made it past halfway. Gave away 10 points to the top 10. 10 points for the winner. 9 points and so on down to the 10th. Got 1 point. Sorry we missed the halfway while we were watching all that action go on with cars getting crashed. And Hoyts was going for the lead there. Giglio's working on JR deals. Dan Robinson Jr. gets by. Battles happening everywhere. Wish we had picture-in-picture and could show you all of them. Hayden Lowell gets by Mike Edwards. Doing the best we can here. Hoytsman still right in the tire tracks of the 76 of Joe Madigan. Scrametta third, Martin fourth, the Travises. And Price in fifth, Trenton Sneed sixth. Hayden Lowell up to 7th, trying to work his way back up after that caution came out. Hoytsman right on the back of our leader. Madigan going to lead lap 69. We'll see what Hoytsman is able to do. Very quiet. Ethan! What's up, bud? Appreciate the resub. So we watch this hell of a battle for the lead. Hoyts was standing right on the back bumper of Joe Madigan. Less than a 10th between them. Hoyts was going to look to the inside into turn 1. Wraps that Pontiac around the bottom. Drives it off straight. They'll go side by side down the backstretch. Hoyts will have the inside for turn 3. Madigan fighting back pretty well there on the outside line. Hoytsman not able to clear. They're still side by side at the stripe, though Hoytsman leads that lap. Hoytsman probably wants to be able to slide up that hill a little bit more than that, but not quite clear yet. Madigan giving him everything he wants and more on that outside line. Madigan surges back ahead in the 76. Skrmeta in third, being treated to a very good lead battle. Madigan leads that lap, if you're keeping track at home. Madigan still not wanting to give up this lead. May have to here. Hoisma got a pretty good corner entry there, and he will take the lead. Oh, as they both hit the wall, first and second, hit the wall coming out of turn number 4. You think they're not driving hard on lap 74? Goodness gracious. Both of them smacked the wall and neither say a thing on the radio. Travis Skrmeta right there in third. Travis Martin in fourth. They close in while the side-by-side battle's going on up front. Skrmeta looks to the inside to try and get P2 here. Joe Madigan up the hill. Working lap 30 for most of the leaders since their last pit stop. For some reason you want to talk about now, probably the 2 on your screen? Would that be the some reason?
Sorry, Trav.
Travis apologizing to Travis. Closing in on the 4 car of Catalano. Our pole sitter for tonight in danger of going a lap down in 17th.
All good. I was a bit slower there. It's all good.
The top 4 have kind of settled out now. Hey, Cody. Welcome on in. 45, Adam Crozier has been to pit lane 7 laps ago. Clearly put on tires as he's reeling in those lead lap machines. Catalano, the 4 cars, hit the apron here. It's like the pole sitter is coming to pit lane. Only 25 laps on that run for him. A little surprising. Hoytsma leads Madigan, Skrmeta, Martin, and Price. Then Trenton and Hayden, Mike Edwards, Blake Giglio, remember, was the lucky dog up to the 9th spot. I guess we're about 6 to 10 laps away from seeing more green flag stops at Dover. And the last time the caution came out in the middle of the cycle, put a lot of people behind the 8 ball. Travis and Madigan. Sounds like a fun law firm. They make their way past the 55 of Margison. You have a bit of a blink there from Madigan. Look for a battle through the track. Mike Edwards, there he is with Blake Giglio in tow. Blake reeling him in for the 8th spot. 40 laps to go from Dover. Travis Martin reeling in Skrmeta, looks to the inside going into 3. Skrmeta stays high. Martin's going to push his Taco Bell Chevy in there. Across the stripe and down to 1 side by side. Travis Martin takes over that 3rd spot. The 42 car, Michael Sparks, up and into the outside wall as the leader Hoytsma was there. Had to give Hoytsma a bit of a scare. And now the law firm of Travis and Madigan make their way by, along with Jeff Rice. Trenton Sneed gets by as he's running 6th. There's Hayden. Martin trying to become Taco Bell Supreme here as he reels in the 76 of Joe Madigan.
Yeah, good.
It's time to decide who's the main course and who's the side dish. There goes Martin to the inside on Madigan. Heading into turn number 1. Up the hill a little bit. Has to get off the throttle.
Stuff like that.
Apologizes. Resets. They'll live to fight another day. JR Deal hits the pit lane in the 9. Been 38 laps since he's been to pit road. He decides now's the time.
Rank supreme of the Taco Bell car.
Wow, he just made my joke that I already made.
Yes, it is. I just picked a random team before Daytona. It just so happened that he's running the same thing.
That is the same thing.
Skrmeta right there watching this battle closely. Mike Edwards is peeled off out of the top 10. 14 car hits pit road. Make his final stop. JR Deal, when he pit, went 2 laps down back to 18th. This is why short pitting can be tricky, but if you can keep the caution from coming out, it can be also so very wonderful because you make up so much time. So we stay with this 3-car battle, and Price trying to reel in, make it a 4-car battle for second. Martin staying patient here, trying to find a way by Madigan.
'67 pitting, '67 pitting.
That's Hayden from 7th. Looks like the 19 of Price is coming down as well as he backs out of it. Oh, Madigan into the outside fence in the 76 car. That might cost him 2 spots. It's Martin and Skrmeta get by. That's Joe Madigan after he hit the wall.
Can't run the Taco Bell car next week.
Oh my gosh, Adam Crozier nearly got into him. Madigan's going to miss the pit pucks.
No, it didn't look like it.
One pit in this time round.
Madigan missed his pit box, missed his pit entry. Trenton Sneed going to come around and pit the 81 Corvette. Skrmeta late coming down. He gets it turned down and woed down. Gets on pit lane. Here comes the 81 and the 76. Pit lane becoming a very busy place as it's been 47 laps since the top 2 have been to pit lane. Blake Giglio 1 lap later. He was the lucky dog. Here comes race leader Lucas Heusman. Travis Martin will be right in behind him. Gets it woed down to pit lane speed, which I believe is 35 here, which is painful. It's so slow. This is our top 2 cars on pit lane, plus Blake Giglio is also on pit lane. Decided not to wait a lap. So the top 7 all on pit road. We'll see how everything shakes out. Skrmeta's going to lose quite a bit of time. Here's Price. It's 4th and back on track. It's ahead of Hayden. Here come the leaders off pit lane. Jeff Price. Price is going to take the lead here.
Yeah.
And there it is. Jeff Price to the top by pitting before those other guys. 19 Back Channel Productions Pontiac out front at Dover with 28 laps to go. Hayden Lowell P2, Lucas Heusma in 3rd, Travis Skrmeta 4th. Mike Edwards in 5th, Trenton Sneed 6th, Joe Madigan 7th, Travis Martin 8th. Taco Bell cars both having issues there as Madigan is now ahead of Martin. Despite missing pit road. Now Hayden gets by Jeff Price, takes the race lead. Hayden Lowell Finds himself out front now. Hadn't been there in quite some time. After that caution came out during the last pit cycle, but now Hayden Lowell has cycled out to the lead. He closes in on the 68 of Jake Lawrence, 23 of Daniel Llewellyn racing side by side. Those two not for position as Hayden squeezes between them. A little bit of contact with the 23 of Daniel Llewellyn. Hayden's going to be fuming under the helmet after that one. But fortunately able to keep it going in the right direction. Now has 2 lap cars between him and Jeff Price. Lucas has 3 lap fresher tires than the 2 guys ahead of him. We'll see if he can parlay that into any kind of advantage or if it's just not enough. Travis Skrmeta currently 4th. Mike Edwards 5th. Edwards, one of the first cars down pit lane, has 5 lap older tires than Joe Madigan behind him. Madigan closing right on the back bumper of Mike Edwards there. Trenton Steeds 7th, and then Travis Martin. His pit stop didn't look that bad coming down. Must have had an issue getting off pit road or something. Maybe he missed his box because he lost a ton of time. He was out in front of Joe Madigan. Joe Madigan missed the pit road. Had to go around again and still came out ahead of him. Madigan's gotten by Edwards. Edwards is going to be drifting back and trying to hold on for what he can in these last 20 laps. As we said, he's now one of the cars on the oldest tires. Him and J.R. Deal in the 9. Both headed the wrong direction on the older tires. Relative to those cars around them. Where we're keeping an eye is these two. Hayden Lowell and Jeff Price. As Lucas Hoitzman tries to run them both down with 20 to go. Trenton, Edwards, and Martin all locked in a scrap. Trenton on the outside, Edwards down on the inside. Trenton, you and everybody else, buddy, either turn 2 or turn 4 corner exit. It seems like every car has hit the wall at least once.
Yeah, it gets hit a few times.
There goes Martin up to 7th. Hoitzma has reeled in Jeff Price. That is for 2nd. Hayden trying to get away before Hoitzma can get there. Riding on board with the 97 Pontiac. Just trying to look to the inside of the 19. See Daniel Llewellyn up ahead, another Labor 12 Pontiac. Price is going to get way up the hill, get a good run off the corner. Right on the back bumper of Lucas Hoitzma. I think he's going to not put up too much of a fight, knowing his tires are slightly older. And try to hang on for what he can in that 19. It's got a pretty good gap over Skrmeta. We'll see how that goes. 17 to go. Hoitzma now on the back bumper of his teammate, Daniel Llewellyn. We'll see if Daniel cuts him any brakes. Nope. Llewellyn just jumped right down in front of him. Llewellyn on the position to be the lucky dog. He gets up out of the groove, smacks the outside wall. 42 has to take evasive maneuvers, fortunately able to do so. Did Jeff Price make it through there? We're trying to get to his car. There he is. Made it through. Skrmeta, though, closed right up on the back bumper as a result. So Llewellyn and the 42 of Michael Sparks. Lap cars having a bit of a battle. Hayden leads by 7/10 now over Lucas Hoitzma. 15 laps to go. We look back. Lucas is closing in a hurry. Here's that white and gold Pontiac closing in. I mean, he's pretty much there.
Go again, Lucas.
Lucas sees that carrot dangling. He's on the march. Oh, Hayden had to lift in the center of the corner there. Lucas. Hayden's going to give him the top.
I can hear a spotter.
Lucas not afraid to go the long way around. Jeff Price, a bit of an issue off the corner there. Battle for the lead. Hoytsman is going to get it done on the outside. Makes the power move around.
It's distracting as crap. I just finally muted it.
Hoytsman right on the back for V, and Montrose had to lift. Now they're 3 wide. Margison's there. Hayden Lowell tries to fight through that middle. Montrose is still there. Hayden Lowell's going to get in the back of him and turn him. And that'll bring out the caution. As Hayden Lowell turns Ian Montrose, the last car on the lead lap. So he'll not only go a lap down, he'll lose the lucky dog as a result of being turned by Hayden Lowell. Trying to stay out of the way. Around he goes.
I really didn't think I was still on his back bumper. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure you did.
Daniel being the instigator that Daniel is.
Preach, Daniel, preach it.
Margison being the instigator to the instigator that Margison is. And here they come for that last set of tires. 11 to go. See who stays out and rolls the dice here. If everyone on the lead lap comes, then I'm sure some lap cars will stay out. Get the wave around.
Lucky dog going high.
So Walling gets the lucky dog. Hayden to his box. Weitzman Skermetta hit theirs. Looks like all the lead lap cars have hit pit lane. All 12 of them. The other cars still on the lead lap are either the lucky dog or stayed out here, and that's why they're shown on the lead lap. So they'll take a wave around to get on a lead lap. So Jeff Price throwing the dice here, as are Trenton Sneed. As is Trenton Sneed, no one else with him.
What's the key to show your Q bar and shit at the top right?
L?
I think F. Yep, thank you.
I'll
Currently.
step forth.
Perfect.
No, that's the what fuck button.
Oh my. So Jeff Price, your
I
leader,
thought that was the left side button.
did not take tires here.
That is the what fuck button.
Or maybe took 2 tires. 9 seconds, that's right side tires, right? So 9 seconds. I think we got right side tires on the 19 car. As well as Trenton Sneed in 4th. Oh my gosh, can we stop with the spotter?
No one wants to hear your spotter. Please shut it off.
I think his button might be sticking.
Well, then tell him to, clean his wheel or whatever he's using and not get sticky buttons.
Yeah, let me go fly over to his house quick.
Okay, you do that. I'll wait.
What are you saying?
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's sticking.
And don't press it the rest of the race.
I enjoyed the airplane noises.
It's the last
We
lap.
got
They were
big.
on pit lane. So most of them just now. Lucas did not take as fast, so not enough contact there. So we saw Hayden's impatience with a lap machine. What is he going to do with a
We can choose lanes, right?
leader on 2 tires? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Second top.
Fun thing is they are teammates, but Hayden's not in the voice chat with him tonight. Sends Hayden to the bottom. This could get interesting. And that is why we are tuned in. Why don't it get interesting? So reset it. Jeff Price, 2 tires, is your leader. Hayden Lowell, 4 tires in second. Trenton Sneed, 2 tires. He's lined up behind Jeff Price. Then Lucas Hoytsma on the inside. Lucas is on 4 tires. Has that nose damage from getting contact with Montrose after Hayden turned Montrose in front of him. Montrose has taken the wave around. He's 15th. Still on older tires. He's hoping for another quick caution to put some tires on. And here we go. 7 laps to go when we get to the stripe. Jeff Price, Trenton Sneed on the outside on 2 tires. Hayden Lowell, Lucas Hoytsma on the inside on 4 tires. Look at Hayden closing in. Those 4 tires just supreme as he slides the back end. Lucas is going to get a run to his outside. Hoytsma around Hayden Lowell on the outside, then parks it in front of him. Hayden stays off of him, and we are back under caution.
Go to the right.
Blake Giglio around in the free Neo
I'm
machine.
dead. I'm upside down. This ain't good.
What? Oh, wow.
Hang on, Ricky Bobby. We'll see how
Oh, he
you're
slides
doing.
up the hill, comes down.
Karma.
Then 63 Travis Martin, not able to stay off of him. Then up and over
I can do. I'm done.
goes Neo in the 16. We're just going to call him Neo now.
Sorry, dude. I tried to go low to avoid you and came down, and then I tried to keep speed and go around the right, and it just didn't work, dude. My bad.
No, you're good, Travis. I mean, hey, it's just for fun, right?
I don't know. I got turned at Michigan and Dort at Rockingham first.
You just wrecked a lap car and gave me damage. How are you saying anything right now, dude? Oh my god.
We got beef.
The ego's in the way.
We got beef.
I told you, I misjudged. That's my bad. I honestly thought I was clear and was going to go around his outside. But I misjudged, and I got him in his right rear. And that's my fault.
I said the same thing to you at Rockingham, and you said, well, that's not how I saw it.
Big beef.
You gonna let me in line 23 or just keep on that?
Some of the fastest drivers in SRL, they got beef with one another.
Explain what this person's doing.
This is amazing.
No, Blake, you said you saw a gap and went for it, and we're not remorseful.
It's really not that deep.
You know, can you take your beef somewhere else so I can say that I have lucky dog so I can go around?
Marcus is trying to get his lucky dog.
Before we're gonna take a wave around on their own.
The 4 car just passed the pace car all by himself.
Well, he just drove past every single one of you and past the pace car, so I don't know what the hell to do with that is, even though I'm lucky dog candidate.
We just let them do whatever they want.
Clearly.
The 4 car of Catalano just drove around the field. We got plenty of Neos tonight.
Sure as shit, no.
We got
I've never gotten these green flag runs.
Hayden.
I still can't figure out what the 4 car did.
Not saying you need to boot them, but you might need to.
Just drove around and got his lap back on his own. I have no idea what's going on there. Outside of Friday Fun Night, I've never seen that. Big WFs in chat. Big WFs. So Jeff Price on those 2 tires, still out front. We'll find out when he restarts here, I guess. In before 4 car says needs a black flag clear. Ethan's going with the 19. You think it's going to get spicy enough that we're going to have more yellow, huh? We're not even one to go.
Come on.
Come quiet. Hoist was going to be very strong. Hayden, you never know what he's willing to do to win. Seems to be from that Ross Chastain mentality. Ross Chastain / Kyle Larson.
Should be called the What Fuck 120. Sums it up right clearly.
It's pretty spot on. Pretty spot on, Margison.
Yeah.
Trenton in 4th. His car looks spotless.
Coming into live from the What Fuck 120 at Dover.
3 Neil.
Price has chosen the top. Oh yeah, Hoisma's fired up right now. He is fired up right now. Trenton going to get the boost of a countdown from his teammate there on the top line. Then, like I said, Hayden's behind Hoisma, so you never know what Hayden's willing to do. 2-lap shootout, tensions are high. Natural green-white checker here. So it doesn't count towards our 3. We could get 3 more green-white checkers after this one as a result. Taco Bell cars back there still fighting for supremacy. Overtime at Dover. We're in the restart area. There he goes, Jeff Price on the loud pedal. Hoytsman's going to slide in P2. Does not come up in front of Trenton. Stays low on corner entry. That's going to give him a wide corner exit a bit. He's going to have to adjust a little bit, but I think those fresher tires are going to be plenty as Hoytsman gets to the inside of Price here. And Hoytsman. As they're reckoning background, do we get the yellow or do we get the white? Oh, Hayden gets into Lucas Hoytsma. They both go into the wall. Jeff Price out in front. White flag is displayed, so we are at the end of the race. Jeff Price going to get the victory here as long as he doesn't do anything dumb in 3 and 4. Jeff Price way out in front.
Didn't even do anything to you.
Jeff Price going to get the victory at Dover in the What Fuck 120. Well done, Mr. Jeff Price. Travis Skermetta gets P2. Lucas Hoytsma brings it home 3rd. Mike Edwards 4th. Jeremy Shera top 5. Dave Hoytsma 6th. Ian Montrose, after being spun going a lap down, finishes 7th. Travis Martin gets 8th. Hayden Lowell gets 9th. And Joe Madigan 10th. So the Taco Bell supremacy this week is Travis Martin. Jeff Price gets the win in the 19.
Good finish, top 5 guys. That was great.
We'll go back and look at that one, but first we'll watch Jeff Price celebrate, and well, let's get him one in here while he's fired up and see how he feels about that one. Jeff, DG in the booth, you got a copy?
I do!
Well, sir, you pulled off that victory. What was going through your mind when you watched all that unfold?
I was screwed until they screwed it, so.
Perfect.
Like, what's gonna happen? I told Trent in the chat, like, this isn't happening. Like, it's over. And then I just stayed in it off of the last corner, and I guess, yeah, it was the last corner, and managed for them to mess up behind me, so I'll take it. It's been a long time since I've had an official league win, not non-points. It's always been non-points lately, so getting a points win is a massive thing to me right now.
Yeah,
it's been
you won what, the last race of last season, right?
Yeah, it was that was the last one, and I've run probably 160 races since then, and it's just been awful. Like, I've been taken out more ways than I can count, and you know, it literally, this is all I can ask for, is just to have a chance.
10-4, you get the victory tonight. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for us?
Absolutely, man. It's a big shout-out to Back Channel Productions for continuous support through all these years, sticking with me. You know, God, it's been like 5 years now. He's stuck with me, so it's really feels good to me. And you know, sorry, I'm a little out of sorts. I wasn't expecting it. Sarita and Sons for coming on board. He's a good friend of mine. You know, Spittin Venom podcast. He, sponsoring the series. Good friend of mine, and really the whole league, really, except for a couple guys. You know how that goes. And then, you for broadcasting. It's really appreciated. We always get a laugh out of it every other day of the week whenever I'm not racing. So, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate my team, and I think this locks us in. I'm not sure, but I'll take it and move on, and let's try to get some more the rest of the season.
Yeah, as long as you get 7 of the 10 regular season starts and no win, you're good. You're locked in.
Absolutely, I'm going to be here.
10-4. Congrats on this big win tonight. I can tell you're super excited about it, and we'll see you in the next race, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there. I'm going to go celebrate a little bit with the teammates and have a good night. I appreciate you.
Perfect. Enjoy it. Thanks. All right, that is race winner Jeff Price. Let's go pick up the 77 Travis Scrimmetta. Travis, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha. How's
Well,
it going?
I saw you say you made it through there. We're actually going to ride on in slow-mo right now and see
Yeah,
how
I
you
kind of
make it
want to
through.
see that because my iRacing is it's not working, so I can't see it. So I'd like to have a look.
We're on it right now. I know you're probably about 15 seconds or so behind, but on the broadcast, we're going through 3 and 4. Hasn't had all the chaos unfold quite yet, but we'll ride along with you. And man, oh man, what a crazy finish to that one. First of all, like, how did you even make it through? Did you see it all unfold and gas it up and hope for the best?
I saw cars going low. I saw cars going high. I just said, you know what, send it through the middle and see what happens, and it paid off. So.
Man, I feel bad for Trenton.
Yeah, Trenton looked like he was gonna have a good. I thought Trenton was gonna come up and just murder me there.
You missed Joe Madigan by about 2 inches.
Yeah, that was closer than I thought it was.
That's insane. Wow, what an escape that was. Congrats on the P2 finish. How do we feel about the race overall?
I feel pretty good actually. I expected a top 3, but that's not how I expected it to happen with the shenanigans at the start of the race. Which, by the way, I need to see that too. I never saw that, so if we could get a quick replay of that, that'd be great. But yeah, that happened, and I don't know how I made it from. I think I started 14th to like 3rd on that run. I had no clue I was that fast to be able to do that. And then I just kind of rode out the last run and hoped something would happen at the end, and I got lucky this time.
Sam 4, you got those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us tonight?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank Labor 12, M9 Performance, Low Drag Esports, CTC Racing Network, you for the broadcast, and you guys for putting on the series every week. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this car, but this has been the best racing for me this season, so I think this is my favorite series this season. So.
Well, there you go. Congrats on a strong run tonight. We'll see you in the next one, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Travis Scrimmetta picking up the P2. I have a feeling we may not be able to find the 97. And I am correct in that feeling. We'll see if Lucky wants to do Lucas's interview. Lucky, you hanging out?
What's up?
Well, Lucas disappeared. I was wondering if you maybe wanted to fill in for him for the 3rd place interview.
Even though I'm teammates with him, I'm not gonna do that. That would be inappropriate. But I do appreciate you grabbing me and talking to me for a few seconds.
Sure. Well, then put on your fan cap and tell me how you felt about that race overall.
Well, from the fan point of view, it was definitely not a boring, snoozing Dover race, to say the least.
Correct. Very true. A lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of intense emotions. It was rather entertaining from the broadcast booth, and I'm really happy I wasn't behind the wheel of any of those cars involved in those incidents.
I don't think I want to have been out there in any number and after what transpired the moments of that race, to be honest. Jeez.
Fair enough. Although the 19 car is pretty excited.
Oh, yeah. Jeff is definitely burning it down and probably throwing back something.
All right, bud. Well, appreciate you always hanging out with us, and we'll see you the next time you get out there behind the wheel, my friend.
Okie dokie. Have a good one.
You too. That was lucky teammates to Lucas Hoyt. Figured we'd give him a little chat since Lucas wanted to keep the emotions in check and declined his interview. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Let's look at our final results here. As we get to our results page with the winner rolling along in the background, Jeff Price with the victory, Travis Scrimmetta, Lucas Hoytsma pick up podium spots, Mike Edwards, Jeremy Scherer round out your top 5, Dave Hoytsma, Ian Montrose, Travis Martin, Hayden Lowell, and Joe Madigan pick up top 10s. Trenton Sneed, Dan Robinson Jr., Tyler Lanin, J.R. Deal, Daniel Llewellyn, Zach Margison, Jake Lawrence, Blake Giglio, Patsy Catalano, and Michael Sparks, your top 20. Then should be 4 guys on this page. Adam Crozier, E.J. Johnson, Trevor Catalano, and C.J. Orndorff. That is all the entrants we had for tonight's Spittin Venom Podcast ARCA Series race. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Let's look at our sponsors and get on out of here tonight. 911 Fleet Services. Thank them for doing our Wednesday Cup Series race. Cave City Roleplay and all the community over there. Thank them for having a bunch of racers in this community and also doing our Thursday Truck Series. Fort Worth Screen Printing does our Tuesday Xfinity. FSM Customs our IMSA Series on Friday. Then we have Golden Eagle Syrup that does our Super Speedway Series on Friday. And Light of My Life Candles, they give away a candle every Tuesday, so come on back tomorrow and try to win one of those candles. All you got to do is type in a code in chat to be entered. M9 Performance does the Tuesday Night Modified Series. Sneed Tombstone Game Farm does our Sunday Street Stocks. And Spittin Venom Podcast, as you saw here, doing our ARCA series and 1023 Graphics, does our Dirt series on Tuesday. Thanks all of those fine, fabulous, wonderful people that help us put everything together for you guys to keep you entertained all season long. We appreciate each and every one of them. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. So from everyone at the Dover International Speedway, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the triple header. See if somebody can win that $25 and 8x10 signed photo of Mike Chris for winning all 3 races tomorrow. Thank you so much. We'll have a great night and bye-bye.